Hey, folks, thank you for tuning in today. I have a very special guest today, Moritz, my good friend Moritz Werner, um, host of the Nicola Werner Challenge project. And we'll have him live today from Paris with a lot of insights that we want to share here today. Moritz, thank you for making the time. I have a few questions for you. First, why should anyone join the NWC ride?
First, because they have the opportunity to cycle with you, and that is something which you shouldn't miss. Seriously, or no, that's already serious. We lived in the US in 2000 for 3 years, and we truly enjoyed it. We became very close friends, and I'm just excited that the NWC takes place in the US, in Philadelphia, and doing it there, riding for cancer research with you in this area must be amazing. So I would join if I would be there.
Excellent. Yeah, we have a growing number of enthusiasts, and it's been a great event for the past 6 years since we've done it. First on the main line, and now in Jets Ford for the past 3 years. So we're very excited, Moritz. And as you said, we still have a lot of friends in the area from living here back then. And over the past 10 years, when you started the NWC, I remember it being in Paris in 2016 for the first edition. I think we were like 35, and it was a very challenging, long ride to the Atlantic coast. But it was unforgettable. It was just amazing. Can you share a little bit how the movement grew over the past 10 years?
So we started with these 35 people, and that was an amazing ride. We gave a little bit to research. We grew over the years. In 2020, we had to split due to COVID on different locations. That was the opening to go to the US, to go to other countries, later then also to Asia. And that has developed the event such that last year we had 900 people. This year, I hope we have around the same amount of people. And if we do well, by the end of the season, we will be able to donate 500,000 in total, looking on the lifetime of the event. And that's also thanks to the people in the US. If you engage, it's always amazing. And it's like you compete with La Réunion and maybe Vietnam on the biggest number of participants outside of Paris. Those are the numbers. I could share some of them. I also should share, why do we do this? We do this because we want to enjoy life, first and foremost. And second, we want to make you aware that cancer is all around. That's the reason why we have these bike plates where we think of someone. And I see that in particular, the people in the US put a lot of thought into it. But I wanted to say something about HPV. HPV is a bad cancer. You can get it. It's not very attractive. Areas we don't talk about too much. The good thing about, if you can say good thing, you can vaccinate against HPV, men and women, young people and also older people up to 40. They can vaccinate themselves, and then they will be almost 100% protected to not getting this portion of cancer. We're supporting two centers, one in France and the other one in Germany. This is a little bit history because Nicola got treated there. In France, we're supporting a project which is primarily targeted for the female cancers caused by HPV. But what they do is they look how vaccination can prevent a remission into cancer. That's what they do. In Germany, they do the so-called ORL concept. So now you will say, but we're only donating small money. Cancer research is super important. It's super expensive. What we do is we put a little bit, always the last drop into the glass that they can start a project. With our funding and our work, that allows them to free up, that's their strategy, bigger funds. And so also those literally small amounts help quite a bit. Does that answer your question?
Everything helps. Yeah, every dollar helps. So yeah, that's a very good point, Moritz. Thanks for sharing.
The the idea is to get you out of the couch, to get you into movement and explore with the other riders the community, the nature, and make the experience that cycling, that movement is quite a good thing, as sports is one of the best things to prevent cancer or reduce risk to get diseases.
Yeah. And for Philadelphia, I can see we have 4 different routes from the very beginner to advanced riders or even racers. Our 100-mile route is going to be led by a local elite rider, category 1 amateur racer, and he will lead the ambitious 100-mile group. But if you haven't been riding for the past few months, fear not. We have a 20-mile option, and we'll have delicious donuts at the break at Northbrook Marketplace. So it's open for everyone, and even you can register for other sports like hiking or walking or running, or you could join us as a volunteer. So all the help is much appreciated. And every dollar counts. So there's no fee to register, but we really appreciate all the donations.
And how does that benefit these donations, me as someone living in the US, because it's projects funded who are run in France or in Germany? What I learned with working with these institutions is that is a global network of knowledge, of science. So if they find something in the US or wherever it is in this world, the scientists, they share this. So if you support a study in Italy or in France, and that study reveals important breakthroughs, the other countries benefit from those breakthroughs too. There are no borders, literally. Now you may say, I want my institute to win. That's a different story. But it's like science has no borders.
So you mentioned that this 10th edition being the last one in the series. In this shape or form, we're not going to do it again. So the idea to host in many cities on the same day, many different rides and many different groups, we will not do this again, or I will not do this again. Now, I sense that there have been communities in Philadelphia, in many of those cities, who truly enjoy this kind of an engagement, this kind of an engaging sport. And some of them, they may continue, they may do their own thing, they should organize it. And we will figure out in a way how we, from the NWC, can support it so that the platform can be used, that the infrastructure can be used, the network can be used. However, that is something discussed once September 13th is done, once the new season may come. For now, what we do this time, this story, this setup, this idea comes in this shape or form to an end. It's the last time. And Moritz, anything else you want to share with the Philadelphia and Chet's Ford group?
I think I would like to see you all having a fantastic ride, have good fun, make sure that Uli has his equipment, he can share a story about that. And then I hope, as a big Sixers fan, that the Sixers doing better next season. So I hope that Philly sports does a little bit better and that you make your impact with it.
We're doing our part for sure. And to your point, Moritz, if anybody's wondering why Moritz is making a comment about my equipment, let me share a quick story. The very first ride that we did in memory of Nicola in Paris in 2016, I arrived there with my bike, and when I tried to assemble it the night before the ride, and we started, I think, at very, very early. We met at 5 o'clock in the morning or something. But around midnight, when I tried to assemble my bike the night before, I realized I forgot my pedals. And so I sent Moritz a text message, and he got a lot of text messages that morning. But my text message was, Moritz, I don't have pedals. What can we do? And when I woke up, I had a response in my inbox, and he said, "Fear not. I have a spare set of Lucchio pedals, and come on over a few minutes early." And we put the pedals on, and I was ready to ride. Thank you, Moritz.
Yeah. So this is one of those stories. And that's another thing I want to say. Great stories, good stories. Thank you.
All right, Moritz, we're ready and pumped here. 2.5 weeks to go, and
Yes.
We're looking forward to a fantastic ride with a fantastic turnout. 4 different routes, very, very scenic back roads. We made some adjustments to the routes to minimize traffic and to make sure the groups meet in Northbrook. But we're also thanking Garrison Cyclery, for example, to be a rest stop, and also Paul from Brandywine Bikes to be at the start to help anyone with last-minute bike issues. So Saturday, September 13th. And as Moritz said, make sure, if you haven't registered, make sure to register this week before the end of the week, because we really need some time to produce those personalized bike plates and then get them shipped, and all fingers crossed that they're going to make it here. As you know, international shipping has been a little bit more challenging lately. So please register and join us and have a great time. Meet new friends, bring your old friends, and tell anyone. And it's going to be a great ride. See you in Chatsford on Saturday, September 13th. Thank you, Moritz.
Thank you, Uli.